In some situations, getting the weight loss surgery done is never the end result. Sometimes these patients get so frustrated that they end up quitting and never getting their weight loss surgery. These are situations where patients just couldn't make it to the end.
I am so scared to find out.
This is Maya's story. Maya's health is so bad that she doesn't even know when her body is going to hit its limit and give up on her. She is 33 years old, and trust me when I say she weighs more than 600 pounds. Her mornings are the worst because getting out of bed is one of the hardest things she has to do. Could this be the end of the line for Maya? Let's find out. This is how her story begins.
The first thing I do is I thank God that my body didn't give out during the night. Because my health is so bad now, I never know when my body's gonna hit its limit. And it's only getting worse. And there are a lot of days where I don't even think I can push myself to shower, but I know how important it is for me to keep my body clean.
Well, she does have a point. Maya finds it very difficult to have her bath every morning because of the pain she feels when she tries to. Regardless of that, she makes sure she does, because her size makes her prone to having infections. If that happens, it won't be good.
I'm gonna get so big, I'm gonna be bedridden. And I know the only way to prevent that is to stop eating like I do. But food is something I constantly crave, and I'm ashamed about how much I eat. With Christian, he doesn't know when I go to get food because I get dressed to go out.
Now we know how much she loves food. Looks like she can't do without it. She tells her boyfriend that she is going to get some groceries for the house. Well, that's a lie. Instead of getting the groceries, she goes out to eat as much as she can before coming back to the house.
There's no words for that feeling when you taste something you love. It's incredible, but it feels like that meal is gone in a second. So I move on to the next things I'm craving.
Can I get a beef and cheddar sandwich, jalapeno roast beef slider, and your ultimate BLT sandwich?
You would think her belly never gets filled up. Mana makes at least 4 stops at different food places before she eventually decides it's time to get the groceries and head back home. If her boyfriend ever finds out that she eats this much, you can bet he is going to be pissed.
I've never known a life other than being overweight, and that's because food has always been a very important part of my life. My parents moved from Serbia when my mom was pregnant with me, and I was born here. But a big part of Serbian culture is food.
I think we're starting to understand how her love for food started. A big part of culture is food. For them, showing love means lots and lots of food on hand. If a child wanted to eat, the food that was given usually had a lot of calories, which would in turn make the child grow faster than usual.
And I would tell her being with her just wasn't fun at all. So there started being this rift in our relationship. And she was angry a lot of the time with her situation. I never felt truly loved by my mom, and that hurt. It hurt a lot. And when I ate, I forgot about how I felt with my mom.
That had to be the worst thing ever. Maya says that when she was much younger, she had issues with her mother. Trying to forget about the issues, she started to eat a lot, and at the age of 5, she already weighed over 100 pounds. Being that fat at a young age made her relationship with her mother even worse because her mother would always call her names and say she was too fat.
He decided he wasn't doing it anymore, so my father stopped being a big part of my life then. But I just took all that pain and kept going to food to help me forget it. And with all that I was gaining, I almost doubled in size over the next few years. And I was over 175 pounds by the time I was 8.
Man, it's almost as if the trauma just wouldn't end. Her father stopped coming to pick her because he remarried and, in Maya's words, had the perfect family. Her mother also remarried and her stepdad tried to make her feel loved, but it didn't erase the fact that her real dad already made her feel unloved. All she could do was keep eating.
With a man, and we fell in love. And after 2 years, we decided that we were going to get married, and it was the happiest time of my life. But as we were preparing for the wedding, my weight became an issue in a lot of ways. First, I was too big for a wedding dress.
That would have definitely broken her heart into a million pieces. Imagine being engaged for 4 years only to end up not getting married. That's just heartbreaking. She found out she could not have kids and her fiancé just couldn't stay. He wanted kids, and since she couldn't give him that, he decided to walk away.
Not appreciated and loved for their little bodies. But I'm not even living at this point. I know I'm getting to my breaking point, and that Christian is too. It just seems like we're fighting a lot more now lately, and I feel like he's getting more and more distant because there's no intimacy in our relationship.
Looks like a lot is tied to Maya losing weight. weight. Her boyfriend wants to have a family with her. He loves kids, but the problem now is that Maya is too fat and the chances of her having kids are almost zero. Getting pregnant with her size is very risky, except she loses weight, having children is out of the picture, and that scares her. She needs Dr. Now, and she needs him fast.
Worst thing you can do is freak out.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
Don't be scared.
Please.
Come on.
Hang on. Help me.
What?
Just, yeah, please. Oh, I can't. Hang on. I can't. I have to go down. I can't.
Phew. Getting to the hospital seems like it's going to be a lot for Maya. She and her boyfriend try to get into the vehicle to head to see Dr. Now, and sadly, she can't fit into the vehicle. That already is starting to look like a big discouragement for her.
I feel like my jeans are about to rip off because they're so tight on my leg. I'm scared about my legs, and I just don't want to get another infection and end up in the hospital. I just pray to God that this works.
This has been one of the most horrible experiences of my life, and I just want it to be over.
Thank goodness. For a second there, I thought they were stuck and had no way out of the situation. Apparently the wrong rental car was brought for Maya and her boyfriend. They finally got the right car, but it's too late to get to the hospital. They are going to book a hotel and get to the hospital first thing in the morning. It's been one hell of a journey.
So I'm nervous that my swelling is going to make my way in higher today with all the fluid I'm retaining in it. So I just hope Dr. Now takes me on as a patient and thinks I'm someone he can help. But there's always that fear that he could find something that means he can't help me.
That definitely was not what she was expecting. Maya and her boyfriend make it to the hospital the next day. The first thing Maya does is check her weight, and she weighs almost 700 pounds. That's on the high side. Now she heads to see the doctor. Let's see what he thinks about her weight.
I got a question.
Yeah,
What's the most weight you've seen someone lose on a 1,200 calorie in 1 month?
120 pounds.
Really? In 1 month?
Yeah.
Wow. Blown away
120
by that.
pounds.
It's crazy. Yeah.
So 100 pounds in 2 months should be no problem for you, Maya. You can lose that.
Looks like Maya has her work cut out for her. So basically, the doc is putting her on a diet of foods with low carbs, and he also wants her to lose 120 pounds within 2 months. Maya promises him she can do it and says she is up to the task. As we all know, it's easier said than done, but let's give her the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I need to cool down. Like, my heart's really racing. Where should I sit? Yeah, because I'm feeling not so good. Okay, let's go. I need to sit down.
I feel really dizzy. I think I went too far because it feels like it was too much. I think I'm gonna pass out. This is really discouraging now.
Let's just say Maya is starting to realize that losing weight is much harder than she thought. She went to the gym and wanted to work out on the treadmill. She spent about 10 minutes on the treadmill and she started to run out of air. That's definitely not a good sign.
I feel like I've worked as hard as I possibly could. I had some setbacks at times, but I've almost completely stuck to the diet. So whatever happens today, I can at least feel good about knowing I did my best.
Maja Radanovic?
At my last appointment, my weight was 689, and Dr. Now told me I had to lose 100 pounds over the next 2 months.
Wow, that's really good. Maya has been able to lose 93 pounds in just 2 months. The doc wanted her to lose 100 pounds and she managed to lose 93. If you ask me, that's pretty good progress. Now let's see what Dr. Now thinks about her current progress.
So you gonna move with you to Houston?
Yep.
You did sound very sure.
He's not excited for the weather.
What's wrong with the weather?
It's very humid here
And hot.
and hot.
To get used to heat. And we have air conditioning.
It's gonna be a big adjustment for us.
Well, it's not forever. And this is to save your life.
Looks like the doc is proud of how much progress Maya has made. He tells her that she's now on the weight loss program and he wants her to move down to Houston with her boyfriend so they can proceed with the program. Let's hope she can keep up with the progress she's making.
So when Dr. Now called to check on me, I told him we'd been struggling and I've had a hard time with the diet. So he said he needed to check my weight now, but I'm so scared about getting on the scale and that I might have messed everything up.
Maya Radanovic?
At my last doctor's visit, I lost 93 pounds in 2 months to get down to 596.
And just like that, she's back to square one. Maya and her boyfriend have been having issues, and he is starting to act like he doesn't care about her weight loss journey anymore. Their fights have affected her progress, and she has only lost 9 pounds since her last appointment. Looks like this is the end of the line for her.
Mom, put it on, it's on speakerphone. Do not hang up on my mom.
I don't see why we're having issues now. I know you've gone way above and beyond And I know living with Maya, I'm sure it's not easy. But if you could just cooperate a little bit longer, I don't see how it's going to hurt you.
This is Nicole's story. Nicole hates what her life has become. She knows that if she doesn't change, she's not going to be around for much longer. The only problem now is that she doesn't know how to go about the change. She's 23 years old and she weighs over 600 pounds. Most days, she's surprised she even wakes up. Well, this is how her story begins.
My body just trembles in pain and it never ends. It just gets worse. And it's hell to get out of bed. But as soon as I get up in the morning, I gotta eat something or I feel like I'm gonna throw up. So I keep something to snack on in my room, but I still can't get up to get it myself.
Wow. It's actually mind-blowing that the first thing Nicole does when she gets out of bed is to eat. She says that if she feels like she would throw up if she doesn't snack on something before having her bath. What's even crazy is that her boyfriend still has to help her get the snack. That's crazy for real.
What do you do? Let me get my pants down. Sit down. It's very embarrassing. Who sits butt naked in a wheelchair on their back porch to get a shower? You bathe your dog in your backyard. You don't bathe your girlfriend. But I don't have another option, even though Charlie's very devoted to me. I feel very humiliated.
Damn, this is actually really sad. Nicole can't have her bath in the bathroom because she is too fat. She has to sit in a wheelchair outside the house. It doesn't end there. Her boyfriend still has to help her wash all the parts of her body because her hands can't get everywhere. He says it's not a problem for him, but Nicole still feels bad regardless.
It hurts and it's hanging, and sometimes it almost feels like it's gonna rip off my body.
Yeah, lean back.
I'm sick of feeling like this, I'm sick of looking like this, and I'm sick of not being able to take care of myself because I feel very trapped. This is nowhere near where I thought I would end up.
I think we can understand why she really hates her body. Nicole's boyfriend basically has to do everything for her. It breaks her heart that she has to put him through all of this because she never saw herself getting this big. I wonder how food became her addiction.
And when he wasn't there, all I had to run to was food. And by the time I was 14, I was well over 200 pounds. But then things got even worse. My dad started using cocaine on the road, and he brought it home to my mom. So they both got addicted, and things got a lot more violent in our house after that.
Phew. It's now starting to make sense. I think we can understand why Nicole loved food right from when she was a child. Her parents got addicted to cocaine, and anytime they ran out of it, things would get really violent at home. The only way Nicole could get through the trauma was to stick to eating a lot.
And all the soup kitchens would serve was like pasta and high fattening foods. And living meal to meal is scary. So when I ate as much as I could. And by the time my dad got out of prison when I was 18, I was up to 500 pounds. And with my dad home again, we were able to get a house and get off the streets.
Her dad went back to drugs even after getting out of jail? Wow, that had to be traumatizing. Nicole explains that after her dad went to jail for drugs, he came back home and went back to doing drugs with her mother. Seeing that her home was no longer safe to stay in, she moved out.
I made them promise that they were drug-free, and I told them if they brought drugs into my house, they would be gone in a heartbeat. But if that happened, I have no idea what I'd do. Addiction destroyed my childhood, and I don't want that for them. But now I'm 23 years old, and I could barely walk for more than a minute.
That's really sad. But on the bright side, it's good that her parents have stopped taking drugs so they can help Nicole take care of her kids since she can't move around as much as she would want to. Let's just pray that her parents don't go back to their old ways of taking drugs. But Nicole really should consider seeing Dr. Now as soon as she can.
The doctors told her, time you're 25, you'll be in a wheelchair. Time you're 30, you'll be dead. But if she don't do something, she ain't gonna be around to raise your kids.
I'm very worried that her grandchildren are gonna grow up without a mother because I'm afraid she's gonna die. I'm feared for her life.
Looks like everyone is worried about Nicole. Both her parents are worried that if she continues to eat the way she does, she might not be around for much longer, and her kids are going to grow up not knowing who their mother is. Nicole really needs to do something about her weight.
Please, the whole bed moves. The whole bed moves down.
Okay.
Please tell me.
1, 2, 3.
The whole bed slid out on me.
Okay, it's on wheels.
What the I mean, why would they do that? Right. No, this shut up, Mom.
You can only feel sorry for Nicole right now. She is in so much pain, and there's nothing she can do about her situation. She started to feel some serious pains on their way to Houston, making them break the journey. Now Nicole can't seem to sleep on the bed that's in the hotel because she's so fat.
Lollygag, I was getting the bags and stuff. I say you try it again, Nikki.
Okay, let's just try it again. You bunch of bastards.
Okay, hang on, we gotta get Mommy on the bed.
At least, they were able to find a way to get her to sleep on the bed. Nicole had one hell of a meltdown. Hopefully, she's able to get some rest, because she still has a long trip ahead of her. Her family wants what's best for her, but Nicole just does not want to listen to anybody.
As glad as I am to be here, I'm still really nervous because I know everything is going to ride on what the doctor is going to tell me. We're not going to get in.
All right, let me turn you around.
But I'm scared there's going to be some issue that'll mean he can't help me and that I'm too far gone at this point.
Phew. 684 pounds is a lot of weight. Nicole finally made it to the hospital, and she is about to have her first appointment with Dr. Now. She is scared that her weight is going to scare the doc, and he might not want to put her on the weight loss program. Well, let's see what he has to say about her condition.
Cut all carbs out of your diet, only 3 times a day, no snacking between the meals. So you read that every day and polish up your eating habit. And I want you to lose 30 pounds over the next month, okay? Well, if you follow this, we're going to see if we get you to the point that you're going to be appropriate for weight loss surgery.
I guess that ends that. Nicole has concluded her first appointment with Dr. Now. The doc wants her to lose 30 pounds within the next month, and they would determine if he can consider her for weight loss surgery. Now let's see if Nicole is up to the task.
So I stopped at that pizza shop and I ate uptown.
You ate a big old piece of pizza?
Yeah, I ate a bunch of pizza. 4 slices for $5.
4 slices of pizza?
Yeah, I mean, they was big.
We're supposed to be eating healthy together.
I know, but that's why I ate it before I come back here. It was pretty good.
This is not good at all. Nicole is supposed to see the doc in 1 week, and her family has not been helping her follow the diet. She's been trying to work on her weight loss journey, but her family is yet to understand how serious Nicole's condition is. One thing we can all agree on is that the doc is not going to like this at all.
Today I'm going to a follow-up appointment with Dr. Nalzardan. Over the past month, it's been really difficult to stick to his diet, but I've tried really hard. He told me to lose 30 pounds and get under 654, and I really have no idea if I'm even close to that.
673.
Just 11 pounds? That's almost no progress at all. Let's just say her family is starting to look like a bad influence on her. They are the reason she has not been able to meet her goal. Well, let's see if Dr. Now still wants to have her on the weight loss program.
Things like that I can microwave, but my family's eating fast food, and it's such a struggle to fight cravings when everyone around you is eating things that you're used to.
All right, I see. Nicole still not taking responsibility and blaming everybody around her.
Looks like Dr. Now has given Nicole another chance to redeem herself. He tells her that she has to stop blaming her family for her mistakes. Her family might be in her life and might also be making her deviate from the diet, but she's still the one who has to lose the weight. Can she meet the target this time around?
I don't see none of you guys helping me. I'm
You
literally...
got one laptop you won't let nobody use. I'm the one out looking for jobs. I'm the one out having job interviews. I don't see nobody else getting jobs, getting job interviews.
I handle all your job applications, talk to real estate agents.
Right, and I'm not saying you don't do nothing.
Phew, Nicole's family is in a mess right now. Everyone wants to go back home because they don't like their living conditions down in Houston. Her mom wants to take the kids with her because Nicole says that the kids are the only motivation she has to lose weight. With the way things are, I don't think she can meet the target for her weight loss surgery.
I don't think it's going to cause too much damage to cheat just a little bit when I really need it. I'm really nervous to see the doctor after having missed my last appointment. I don't know if I was supposed to lose 30 pounds still or what I'm supposed to do. So I'm scared if the doctor doesn't approve me today, my family's gonna give up.
That's honestly not surprising. Nicole has not followed the diet one bit. Things have been the absolute worst at home, and she has not been able to focus on her weight loss journey. If you ask me, I would honestly say this is the end of the line for Nicole.
Still responsible for your choices and what you eat.
To be quite honest, I'm not having very much emotional support at home, and it's just made me upset at this point. I just feel lost inside.
Nicole, you're not listening to me. This is a serious problem.
Brandon has allowed his body and weight to get out of control. He is 33 years old and he weighs over 600 pounds. His morning routine is the worst because he goes through so much pain just trying to stay clean. Will Dr. Now be his saving grace? Let's find out. His story begins like this.
Because it's just a lot of weight put on my knees, and they feel like they're gonna buckle at any moment. And to make it even worse, I have severe lymphedema, which are these huge masses that have formed on both of my legs that hang and pull on my inner thighs.
At least he has a reason to wake up every morning and put some effort into trying to clean himself. Brandon doesn't want his girlfriend to help him out in the bathroom, so he struggles every morning to clean himself, regardless of how painful it is.
Because just the thought of her having to clean me or help me go to the bathroom upsets me a lot. So I'm not letting myself become bedridden. But I know I'm getting closer to that point whether I like it or not, because even basic things are hard for me. And I'm terrified of falling anytime I'm up, but especially when I'm in the shower.
That must be very depressing for Brandon. No one should ever look at themselves in the mirror and feel like they are a monster. It's honestly heartbreaking to see that this is what he thinks of himself. If only things did not get this bad.
Can we eat right here?
Yep.
Let me get a tray.
Okay. Thanks. Taylor usually brings me something before she goes to work, and we eat together.
What do you want to drink?
I'll take some, please. And it's hard to describe the incredible feeling food gives me.
Well, he might have to start second-guessing that. Brandon gets so much satisfaction from eating fast food and sodas. He eats with his girlfriend before she goes to work, and from the looks of it, she also seems to be on the heavy side because she eats as much as he does.
And it's been that way for a while now. Growing up, I wouldn't say my home was a peaceful place. My parents were constantly fighting, so there was a lot of screaming. That would escalate into things being thrown at each other. So that's mostly what I remember of early childhood. And during those times, I would just normally be in my room.
I think we're starting to get the picture. Brandon's weight gain started as early as when he was 6 years old. His parents would always fight, and he never wanted to be around them when it was happening. He would lock himself in another room with food while his parents yelled at each other.
And that's when my mom started to take notice of how big I was getting. So she started to get really critical of my weight, and her comments increased, and I took it as an insult. And I started avoiding her as much as I could, because it would just always lead to a disagreement, usually about what I was eating, and I would get really upset.
I guess we can call Brandon a daddy boy. Brandon says that he loved spending time with his dad. Unlike his mom, his dad never made him feel bad for always eating. As much as we can say that his dad was just being the best dad in the world to Brandon, allowing him to eat a lot was not a good idea.
So my weight stabilized because I wasn't eating like I had been for most of my life, because I was happy. But my senior year of college is when everything came crashing down again. I was 21 and I went home to visit, and I found out my dad wasn't living there anymore. He had been having an affair for years, and my mom found out and they split up.
And just like that, his relationship with his dad went down the drain. Brandon's dad had been cheating on his mom for a long time. When Brandon reached out to talk to his mom and try to work things out, it blew up in his face and he had to kick his dad out of the house.
I'm not sure when I probably crossed the 600 mark. If I had to take a guess, I would say somewhere around 27 or 28 years old. And it started to get really hard to do even basic things around then. But I was still trying to get out and go places. And I'm glad, because when I was 28, I met my girlfriend Taylor at church.
Haha, I can't believe she just said that. Brandon's girlfriend says that the first time she saw Brandon, she could not believe that people could be that big. But she fell in love with him when they started talking. That just shows that Brandon is an amazing guy. The only problem is his weight.
And I often ask God, why was I made different? Why was I made with this craving or addiction to food? Where no matter what I do, it only seems to get worse. So it makes me feel broken, and I don't know how to fix myself. But I know I'm at a point now where my eating and my weight...
There's no lie in that. He has to do something about his weight before things completely get out of hand. It's good that he knows he has an eating problem and he wants to try to fix it before it's too late. Looks like he might be ready to see Dr. Now.
My biggest fear for if Dr. Now says no is that this could send Brandon into a spiral downward. I mean, that could just be really hard for him to hear that, but I would still be there for him, and I would definitely help him through whatever he feels after that.
And I'm already starting to feel a little overwhelmed.
You just have to love it when people with weight problems have partners that are willing to go on their weight loss journey with them. Brandon says that as long as his big girlfriend is by his side, he can do anything because she knows how to motivate him. What a beautiful thing to hear.
I'm hoping I'm still in the 600s, but based off of the last time I was weighed, I think I might weigh over 700 pounds. But I really hope it's not that bad yet, because making it that high would be a whole other level of out of control that my weight will have reached. And it'll mean I have even further to go to get to where I need to, and I don't want that.
Their faces say it all. That weight is not going to be easy to burn down. Brandon and his girlfriend make it to the hospital. Brandon checks his weight, and sadly, he is over 700 pounds. Now he's heading to see the doc, and he is scared as hell.
We need to make sure there's nothing going on with you right now that could be life-threatening. Even something like your blood sugar can be too much for your body to handle, so you can't do that.
I'm scared of needles, Doctor.
Well, it's not optional. And you need to take all this very seriously, Brandon, because you're at the tipping point right now.
That's the best Brandon is going to get from Dr. Now. He tells Brandon that he has to start losing weight as soon as possible if he wants his lymphedema to get any better. He is giving Brandon 2 months to make improvements before he decides what to do next.
I'm keeping track of every calorie I eat with the food journal, and Taylor is right there with me. She's helping me prepare healthy meals, and her support right now means a whole lot to me.
You don't add anything else to it, right? Just that?
Yeah, I'll take extra cheese and...
Man, all I can say is that Brandon has the best partner in the world right now. She's doing the weight loss journey with him, and Brandon seems to be making good progress. His next meeting is in a month's time, and he hopes that he will have made decent progress by then.
I make sure that I cut all the sugar and carbs out of my diet and my intake.
Good. That's very good.
Yes.
Are you getting any support at home?
Absolutely. Taylor has been doing the diet with me. She's lost weight as well.
I'm trying to do your diet too, so.
Good. All right, since you lost your weight and you've shown that you can stick with your diet, we're going to approve you for weight loss surgery.
Awesome.
Boy, am I glad to hear that. Brandon has proven to be unstoppable. Dr. Now is proud of both Brandon and his girlfriend because they've both lost a significant amount of weight. Dr. Now approves him for weight loss surgery, and they are the happiest people in the world right now.
Hello, Taylor, Edward.
Hey, pleasure to meet you.
Brandon will be here shortly.
All right, perfect.
So let's go ahead and get started. Unloading some stuff.
Dr. Now said he didn't have a problem rescheduling my surgery for a month late as long as I kept losing weight like I needed. So my surgery is currently scheduled for a few weeks from now.
Can't argue with that. It's really going to be devastating if he doesn't get his surgery. Brandon and his girlfriend have moved down to Texas in preparation for his weight loss surgery. He is to see the doc one more time before surgery, and he hopes everything is going to turn out fine. Fingers crossed, I guess.
But after that, he should be able to lose at least 30 pounds a month until he gets close to his target. But what's going to be extremely important is that we make sure Brandon starts with psychotherapy as soon as he recovers from surgery, because he has a lot of emotional and psychological issues at the root of his pathological eating.
As you can see, Brandon had a successful surgery. Dr. Now says that what's left is for him to continue to heal and slim down, because if he goes back to his old ways, it's not going to be good for him. Let's see if he can continue to lose weight after surgery.
And if you start losing a little bit more each month and stay on track, then we can definitely have you there in the next year. Sound good?
Yes.
Okay.
Excited.
You're doing great, and I'm proud of your progress. And you're going to be one of the few people that have lost 500 pounds in another year or so.
Awesome.